Hi, just chit-chatting and reply one of the comment, a request. Okay, let me see. It's just like I'm trying to make the video, and then my son messaged me and said like he can't renew his visa, the UK visa in UK. He has to fly back to Hong Kong to do, because his course will be finishing around the last test he has is June 5th or 6th, something like that. And then the dorm, like the housing, the rent, we have to pay until August, mid-August or something. Then the government have to force the kids out of town to renew the visa, and meaning that we have to pay 2 months rent for nothing. Okay, that 2 months is cost like about £200 a week for 2 months, for 8 weeks. What a system! It's just a rip-off. Can you imagine how much it costs? And then we have to buy the ticket from UK to Hong Kong. Return is about 19,000 Hong Kong dollars. Hopefully other airlines is cheaper, like if we don't take Cathay Pacific, maybe Virgin. I have to check. It's crazy, really rid off. Okay, about hand cream, someone asked me like what hand care I do. Honestly, I'm a very lazy person. I only put my hand creams is when I feel pain. I try to avoid detergent. Okay, I have problem with detergents. I just use detergents to just a quick rinse of something, then my skin will have problem. Okay, so use the gloves when you use detergents. Okay, but most of the time when I cook, I don't use gloves. How can you cook with gloves and things like that? Okay, but I'm lucky that I have a helper to help me to do the dishes. But I have a grace period that a certain period I don't have helper, then I have to do the dishes. I use gloves or yeah. And one of the cream I like very much is the Paul & Joe, which you can see I'm not using it very often. This one is, let me see, the year 11 now. 5 or 6 years and I still didn't finish this because this one is a limited one time of Paul & Joe hand cream. I like it because it has SPF 15 PA+. Then you can see PA+, is not a plus. It's years ago. I like the smell of it. Is orange blossom. I just use very little, and because I put this in my car, okay, I just put the back of my hand and then I just do like this on the cream. I don't put on the palm because I don't like the stickiness and oiliness when I'm driving. And this one, a lot of people like it, but I, for myself, is so-so. It's not something really big fan. And the other one I have purchased when I purchased this brand, they have a hand cream. I don't know where did I put. They have a tube size like this, like a sample, and then I try on, I like it, so I bought a full size. But if I have to look for my hand creams, then you know I'm not really a hand cream person. But I wash my hands quite often, okay? Like as I mentioned in one of my video, that just for one meal that I prepare, I at least wash 10 times of my hands. And every time, I don't like to live like after you cutting your meat, then I will wash my hands completely with hand soap. Okay, I don't use detergent to wash. If very oily, I just wash my hands couple times with soap, rinse, and then reapply soap and wash completely. Okay, maybe this is the way that the method that I use is helping my hands to stay better. I found a lot of people, like when they prepare dinner, they just touch this, do that, and they don't really wash the hand completely. And I found their hands is much more drier in that way, because of the the meat fat or something. And every time I wash my hands, I make sure it's completely dry with towel before I continue with my next step of cooking. Okay, yeah, so I wash my hand very thoroughly every time. Once a while, I still like to buy a lot of hand creams. I always feel that my hand actually is dry, but comparing with my face is like very sensitive with detergent, and otherwise is so far so okay. And then I found when I take coconut oil, it's really helped my nails and my hair. Because it's too hot, I just bun it up. Okay, sorry of the messiness. Okay, I just maybe anything that like because Japan is a very dry place, so hand cream is very important for them, and most of the household has no helpers, so the product is quite good, like comparing with others. Like and then if my hands, like once a while it's got so dry and I feel the pain, what I do is I will put a lot of my hand cream, any hand cream, if I need the helps of the hand cream. Okay, any leftover when I apply my face or things, I just apply it to my hands. Okay, and then I will rub all my cuticles and every this one is very strong actually. Most of the Japanese drugstore skincare is very rich, so sometimes after a while I will wash it off, or I will use a tissue because I can't stand the oiliness and stickiness. So I never put hand cream while I sleep, because the way I sleep is I always have my hands on my face. Like I sleep like this or like that, is a habit. Okay, I can't change it. Even though I try not to put my hands around my face when I sleep, but after I fall asleep, I can't help it, right? So I always sleep like this. It doesn't look like me, but I did that. Okay, and I can see it from from my daughter. She also sleep like this. Okay, after I use the tissue to take out of this oiliness and moisturizer, I try to not to remove all the hand creams. Okay, yeah, this is how I do it. And also not once a while, maybe once a year actually, like after I moved in here, did I put hand creams? Maybe one time, that's it. So I just, oh, my son. After the phone chatting, I still can feel the oil on my hands, but it's not as bad. So I try to keep the oil on my hands. And sometimes when my hands is so dry, I feel like and also I will use the so-called we call KOSE. It's like the rock. Let me show you. Okay, suppose it's like an egg shape, okay, but someone broke it. So the big piece I keep it in the shower, and the small piece is like rock natural. This is natural, from natural. It's very light. It's very light and very fine. Comparing what the rock, what you call the polishing rock, this one is much more finer. And when you are doing the rubbing, you can feel that like it's like feel like doing nothing, but you can afterwards you will feel that it's much more smoother, even though like here is rough. Okay, it's most of the time I do it when my hands is wet, but it seems like doing well, because as long as when my hands feel a little bit rough and I have time and I remember to do it, I will try to just rub it off, just to polish it, just like when you do the nail filing, is the same. So as long as you remove the hard piece of your skin, so it's gone now. Okay, after you do that, and when you apply cream, it's much more easier to absorb. As long as every time when I do my face, I just use the leftover to just put on my hands. That is the only cream that I will use before I sleep, because before I sleep I put the cream on my face. It's the same cream that's on my face, right? So that is how I maintain my hands. Nothing really fancy. A friend gave me a hands mask, just a gloves with lotions on it. I haven't opened it yet. I'm too lazy, okay? So maybe I'm just lucky, okay? So that's it for my hand care. Bye bye. Hope it's fulfill your need.